Hey boys and girls! So in the next couple of read alouds, we will be learning about the seasons in a year. So we live in New York and we have 4 seasons. There's fall, winter, spring, and summer. And as we go through the stories, we'll learn a little bit more about each of those seasons. So let's begin our read aloud. On the next couple of read alouds, it'll be as if we have a pretend pen pal. So a pen pal is someone that you write letters to and you just kind of keep in touch. So the pen pal, the fake pen pal that we will have, her name is Annie. And Annie lives in a place called Washington, D.C. So we live on Staten Island, which is in New York. Annie lives in Washington, D.C. So let's find out what Annie has to tell us. Dear 308, hello, my name is Annie, and I live in a big city called Washington, D.C. I'm in 5th grade, but I remember when I was in your grade. Right now in school, my class is learning about seasons and weather. For my school project, I'm going to be your weather pen pal. I'm going to teach you about the weather and what it's like where I live. I will also tell you about the weather in different areas or places on Earth. You can help me with my project by answering all my questions, so I can learn about what the seasons and weather are like where you live. So seasons are the different times in the year, and weather is what it's like outside. So kind of like what we do in the morning when I ask you what's the weather like outside. And you tell me, well, it's sunny, it's cold, it's hot, it's rainy. So that's the weather. Kinds of weather. There are many different kinds of weather. There's sunny weather, cloudy weather, windy weather, rainy weather, and stormy weather. What's the weather like outside today where you live? So we actually did this. Outside today is sunny. All right, so here on the top we have the palm trees that are blowing, so that's the windy weather. Over here where you see the little lightning striking down, that would be stormy weather. Under that we see the sun's out and people are by the pool, so that's sunny. And then over here we have that it's pouring rain, so that would be rainy. This is a map of the Earth. I've colored 2 areas on the map in blue. So if you notice, this top part is blue and the bottom is blue. One is at the North Pole and one is at the South Pole. So North Pole is up here and the South Pole is down here. Even though the North and South Poles are at opposite ends of the Earth and far from each other, they share the same weather. The weather at the North and South Poles are always cold and the land is usually covered by ice. So in this blue area and in the bottom blue area, the weather is very, very cold and is covered with ice. Antarctica. This is the South Pole, which is located on the continent of Antarctica. So if we look at the picture before, here's the South Pole, and you see this little land over here? That's Antarctica, and that's what we're looking at a picture of over here. It is one of the coldest places on Earth. The ground is covered by ice all year long, though it almost never rains or snows here. The wind can be strong and the temperature can be freezing cold. So here we have tons of ice and it's very, very cold. I've colored the middle area of this map red. So if you notice, the middle over here is red now. The weather pattern in this area is usually very warm. The biggest change in the weather during different times of year is the amount of rain. So usually in this area, it's very warm, but they get different amounts of rain. During certain months in the rainforest, the day may start off warm and sunny, but by the afternoon it may rain very, very hard. This weather pattern may occur almost every day. So in the rainforest, this is what the picture is. In the mornings, it's usually sunny, and then by the time it comes to the afternoon and evening, it starts to pour rain, and that repeats every day. This area gets lots of rain and sun almost all year round. The rain and sun keep the plants and trees green and healthy. Do you see the part of the map that's colored in green? So let's look at this picture. Point at the screen where you see the green. That's right, it's right here on the left at the top, right between the red and the blue. So this area over here is the United States. That's actually where we live. Most of the United States is on the continent of North America, although the state of Hawaii is made up of islands located in the Pacific Ocean. In most of the United States, it's not always cold, like at the North and South Poles, and it's not always hot, like in the middle section of the Earth. The weather in most of the United States changes with every season, so we get cold weather, hot weather, and everything in between. So basically, this green spot over here, we don't just have super cold and super hot. We get a mix of a little bit. So there's snow, there's rain, there's sun. So it's warm, cold. Seasons. There are 4 seasons in the year: winter, spring, summer, and autumn or fall. So these are the 4 seasons that we go through. Each season has a different weather. So the weather in the United States changes depends on where you live and which season it is. Plants, trees, grass, and flowers change in different seasons. You will also see different kinds of animals in different seasons. Winter. This picture shows the season called winter. Winter is the coldest season. In some places, snow and ice cover the ground during wintertime. Other places that do not have snow and ice are still colder in the winter than in other seasons. Some animals, like bears, sleep during the winter. Spring. Eventually, winter ends and spring begins. In spring, the sun shines a little longer and warmer each day, which melts the ice and snow. In the spring, new leaves appear in the trees, new plants grow from the warming earth, and flowers bloom. Many baby animals are born during the spring too. So, just to recap, winter, it's really cold, and you have the snow sometimes if you're in a place that gets snow, but it's usually colder than the other seasons. And then spring is usually when the snow melts, it's starting to get warmer, and you have the plants and the flowers blooming. Summer. After spring comes summer. Summer is the hottest season in the year. Summer is the season in which all the plants are at their greenest, full of leaves, flowers, and fruits. Birds, bugs, and other animals are easiest to spot in the summer. So summer is the hottest and winter is the coldest season. Autumn or fall. Finally, after summer comes autumn. Autumn is called fall. In most places of the United States, the leaves change colors and fall off the trees. The air outside gets cooler and the sun shines a little less each day. Autumn is when the farmers harvest their fruits and vegetables. Birds fly south and everyone gets ready for winter. So let's recap. We have winter is the coldest. Then we have spring, that's when the flowers come out. Summer is the hottest, and then fall is when it's kind of chilly, and then you see the leaves usually change colors and fall down. Let's say the seasons together. Ready? Winter, spring, summer, and autumn. What season is it right now where you live? So right now, it's the beginning of autumn or fall. So if you want to start noticing, look outside and pay attention to the leaves. You'll see that the colors are going to start changing. Each season has its own special characteristic or like a feature about it. So for example, the characteristic of summer is hot weather. The characteristic of winter is snow. So it's basically what you see during those seasons. So summer, it's really hot. Summer is really hot, and winter is really cold, and you'll usually see the snow. The seasons are different depending on where you live. Not all places get snow in the winter, and not all places are steaming hot in the summer. But one thing's for sure, no matter where you live, the seasons always change in the same order year after year. So it's always going to repeat. You have winter, spring, summer, fall. Winter, spring, summer, fall. When something happens over and over, it's called a cycle. Every year, the cycle of the seasons begins with winter and then followed by spring, summer, and fall or autumn. And then it starts all over again. I'll be talking about my hometown, Washington, a lot in my letters, but the characteristics of the seasons where you live might be a little different. It'll be fun to see if your weather is different from mine. I'll say goodbye for now, but I will write again soon. Until next time, I hope you are enjoying the beautiful weather you live. Your friend, Annie. So Annie told us a whole lot about seasons. Now don't worry because we'll get into the individual seasons later in the lessons. But for now, all we have to know is that there are 4 seasons, right? We have winter, we have spring, we have summer and fall. Winter is the coldest season and summer is the hottest season, right? And then we also know that in the fall, the leaves start falling down and change colors. And in the spring, the flowers bloom, okay? So until next time, we will learn in the next read aloud about the season called winter, okay? See you later, guys. Bye.